Okay, 4.4 is where we just have to discuss with the stakeholders the learning program and make any required changes. So we would be just checking with Susan if she's happy that that's fast-tracked and streamlined enough to be working on this for 4 weeks, and then look at more one-on-one work with the assessor or even with myself, the tutor, to just look at the gathering the recognised prior learning and credit transfer. Also with John, we'd talk to Mike and make sure that he was happy that it was meeting the right time frames with the downtime, and making sure that John was actually scheduled to be on a shift at a particular time that our trainer was scheduled. So yeah, we're just running that learning program by the stakeholders. Now, risk control is definitely getting covered in a later module, and I'll just briefly show you the risk management form. All we're requiring for today is for you to put today's date and just sign it or print your name there and explain the hazard. So you can list down, say, one hazard for a forklift and one hazard for e-learning at home. So 2 different risk management forms would be great. And if you want to have a bit of a dabble there, you can have a go at looking at the consequence and the likelihood. The risk of e-learning, is it likely to occur? And if it did occur, would the consequence be lost time from a job, over 7 days, under 7 days, just a bit of medical treatment? You actually choose the level of risk, low, medium, high, or extreme. Do the same as well for the forklifts. But honestly, I'm less concerned about this. We'll be doing a lot more work about risk assessment later on. All I'm after is for you to put your name on there, date it, and just explain the hazard that you've identified. That would be fine for now. And you have, completed this unit. So let's quickly go and have a look at your questionnaire. So you want to just go back to Susan's needs and John's needs from 1.1 of last week and just put it now in those VET terms. So look at the slides there for 1.1 and listen to the lectures, because it basically guides you right through. Then we jump to 1.4, we have a question, and we're looking at Susan's learner group. So we know Kim and Dominic are, actually looking at expanding their professions and doing training and assessing. We've got Nick and Sean that are there for induction purposes. And highlight, if you like, so you can actually just come along on an electronic form and then highlight this way, if you like. Your answers through there. 2.2, you are the trainer and your learning resources are all from the TAA package. So this is where you actually have to go in and look at that mapping archive document and look at what the new range statement's going to say for the code TAE ASS 401A. So go and look, I think it was about page 9, and look specifically at that code and go across and select whether it was A or B, for what the rules of evidence now state, the 4 bullet points. Okay, the rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. We'll be spending our tutorial time now workshopping with each other. The other thing I want to mention is, as we're getting into the assessment, I'll ask you to swap with another member of your group your questionnaires for the first few weeks, and if you copy me in on that process, as soon as I've received that you have sent your assessments to your colleague, I will then send you the assessor guidelines, which is basically the answer sheets, because when you reciprocate and mark theirs, you can then have that information there to know whether they nailed it or whether we need more information or if they missed the mark. And in weeks 3 and 4, we will teach you about enabling questions. So the fact that you have sent your questionnaire answers across before you get access to the assessor guidelines, or really the answer form, means that you will then have an opportunity as a learner to be asked enabling questions from your colleague. And, the whole process is yet another form of assessment for learning. Well, thank you for joining me this week, and I look forward to speaking with you in week 3.